I don't know about you, bro, but I've gave far too many in my life, and this is how we're gonna organize it, because there's a way to not care about what people think. Number 5, know that no one really remembers the awkward or embarrassing things that you did. I realized one day, I think I read it somewhere, no one remembers the shitty things that we did previously. You care so much because you're so paranoid and anxious and neurotic about the past and also the future. But that negative thing that we obsess over that was in the past or the future, that negative thing happens for just a blip of time. Just because your default brain goes there doesn't mean that you can't manually force your brain to just not think of this bullshit thought again. This accidentally led us to the 6 points of not giving a fuck, which is to practice stoicism. The best part of stoicism is the emotional control that you get from it. Essentially, you don't need to be a stoic for this. You just need to practice emotional stability, emotional resilience. And finally, the 7th way to stop giving a fuck is to not compare yourself to other people, but instead to choose to compete. There's a subtle difference between these, and most people get this wrong. Most of the castrated men of the modern generation, they say that they're not going to compete against anyone. Your ancestors, when you say, oh, I'm not competing against anyone else, your ancestors are looking down at you thinking, what the fuck? There is a way to compete in a healthy way. Competing is when you and another man are going for the same goal and you want to get there first or do it better than him. Comparing is when you see someone else and you just think, okay, he has this thing that I don't, that makes me a bad person. We both have the same goal, but who's going to reach there first? Competition is what brings men alive. It's the thing that we should give a fuck about.